Rovers link with another wide man coming at you out of League One. I'm talking about a guy whose name sounds like he's from Middle Earth. What am I talking about? I'll tell you more next. That's right, folks. Back once again with another video today. It's all about the latest transfer window as Rovers look to increase the numbers and the wide spots. That's right. We're looking for a winger. Who am I talking about? We'll tell you all about it in just a second. Of course, if you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button. You want to stop shop for Blackburn Rovers, League One, EFL, Championship, World Football. We're going to all here under one Roski. That's right. It's, what's his name? Of course, Thelo Aasgaard is the key man coming at you out of Wigan. And he's linked with a move in the Northwest to Blackburn bloody Rovers. Who is he? Well, I'll tell you all about him in a second. Of course, if you're new again, subscribe. Big shout out to the members and big shout out to the Patreons. That's right. You know who you are. So anyway, let's jump into the deep end and take a little look at what I'm talking about. That's right. Aasgaard is the latest name on the lips of the transfer rumors, and here he is in action against Manchester United. I'm not sure what game that was, but of course it is a rumour that's been bubbling around since mid-December, which doesn't seem to be going away. I've seen it on multiple sources and multiple dates, so there's probably some legs in it. And it is a name that we were linked with in the summer. He has 22 years of age, and we'll take a closer look at him in a minute. This was also reported at Football League World, and it was broken by a journalist of some sort. So we're not going to look into that. We're going to look into what I've done. I've made my own graphics on the guy, and we'll take a closer look at him right here, right now. He is, of course, an option. We have talked about another loanee out wide in a previous video, but this one I think has got more chance of success or more chance of happening. Of course, here he is, babyface assassin. Of course, he does look like somebody from Lord of the Rings, one of them, like the Orlando Blooms, Legolas. But his name is Thelo Aasgaard. That's right. He was born in Liverpool. He's only 22 years of age. Like he can play for Norway or England, and he can play in the midfield or attacking midfield, and he is right-footed. His contract does expire at 2028. He did sign an extension in 2023. Of course, he's 1.88. Centimetres tall. He can play either wing, which is great for Rovers, great for John Eustace. He can also play down the middle. I think he looks like he prefers to play down the middle, but definitely an option out wide. Played 19 times for Wigan this campaign in League One. Says 6 goals there, but I think we can add another one because I think he just scored yesterday, of course, on the 21st of December. He's got 1 assist and 1 yellow card. He's been in the start 11 84% of the time for Wigan. In a productive campaign, despite Wigan struggling. Here he is. Look at this. This is his career at Wigan and beyond. He can play all over the place, all over in the midfield and attack, but definitely prefers the left wing and attacking mid as his options. Definitely is more fruitful in the attacking midfield slot, but currently you would say that's occupied at Rovers' current roster. But the interchangeability. I'm going to chuck that word out there between left wing and attack. You could have a Cantwell and him, swapping around left, right, and centre if you wanted to. But he's definitely got options. He's only played professionally for Wigan. He's played 155 times. He was in the Championship with Wigan a couple of seasons back. Played 41 times, scoring 3 goals and 1 assist. So he's been with the club a while. He's also chipped in with a handful of goals in the FA Cup as well. And he's represented Norway all the way up to under 21s, trying to make that switch up, as is Sondre Tronstad. So this could add a second Norwegian player to the books and increase the visibility of Norway, Blackburn Rovers to Norway fans out there. So you know what I mean? So because I think this guy needs that move. And I think he needs the move to the Championship more than we would need him. No disrespect to the guy. I think it's going to be a great move for Rovers. The transfer fee does scare me a little bit. I think we're talking 3 million is what we're looking at. We'll take a look at the valuations in a second. I think we can afford him wage-wise. I don't know what he's getting paid. Probably peanuts, to be fair, at Wigan. Because of their current situation as well behind the scenes. So I think we can afford him. He has been linked with Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, and look at where they are in the table right now. But an ex-Forest player says the move, I don't think he would benefit from a move to a Forest right now because they're doing so well. He would be more like bought in, loaned out kind of deal. So this would be a fantastic move for Aasgaard, and it would be a good move for Rovers. But let's take a closer more look at him at the numbers. Here he is, of course, over the course of the season, played 19 times, 6 goals, averaging a goal every 247 minutes, with a goal conversion of 12%. The goals, though, what are we looking at? Goals from inside the box, 5 of them inside the box, 1 from long range, 1 with the head, 2 left foot, 3 right foot. So a bit of variety in the amount of goals. He's just the 1 assist though this season, which does concern me as a creator. He should be more. More of a giver than a taker. He got 1 yellow card as well. Dribbles, 39% successful with his dribbles, and his duels are below the 50% mark. So maybe not as much fight. And this is his heat map of the course of the season. As you see, we can play right and left, but definitely he likes the left-hand side, or told to play down the left-hand side. I think he has more to his game than just the left-hand side. So there we go. That's the comparison I'm going to make. It's Dolan, it's Aasgaard, and honestly, it's kind of like for like here. We've all got our frustrations with Tyrhys Dolan at the moment. He's a player that I'm sure we'd all like for him to sign the contract, even if it was just to sign the contract and then move on to pastures. You just give us a transfer fee, buddy. That's all we think. But if Dolan wasn't to sign, which it does look like it's not going to happen, he's trying to have the leverage. The only way we would have leverage over Dolan is if we would get promoted. Then he'd have to come back with his tail between his legs. But anyway, if we don't get promoted, which I don't think we will, I think we're having a good season right now, and you never know. We might make the playoffs. That would be great. But an Aasgaard could take over a Dolan. He could take over and fill that void, especially in the Championship. I think Dolan has aspirations of more than that, and maybe he can chip away in the Premier League. But just remember, have a bit of loyalty, have a bit of, just remember where you were, buddy. You were on the outway, looking, on the scrap heap. Preston dumped you. Anyway, we're not talking about Dolan. We're talking about the comparisons between the two, and here they are. Again, I've got them flipped around. I apologise. So Aasgaard's on the left, Dolan's on the right. He is taller. Aasgaard is taller than that Dolan. He is the same age. It's like for like. And again, he is right-footed. So we're exchanging one player for another player. He's got a bit of success to his name as well for Wigan. His contract does expire in 2028. That's the stumbling block, and that's where we will hit a problem. He's valued around about 700,000 euros. I have seen the word 3 million banded around, so let's take that with a pinch of salt. Here it is. Been a steady Eddie. Not really made much progress in valuation over the course of his career. Dolan was once peaked at 8 million, currently around about 5 million. And again, it just hurts me to see that money being thrown away. Let's take a look at the numbers then. Again, same age. Aasgaard has played just a couple, maybe 40 games or 30 games less than that of Dolan, but he's got more goals. He's got more goals to his name. Of course, he hasn't played as high as Dolan. Dolan's played, tell a lot. Yeah, no. Dolan's got 18 goals in the Championship. Aasgaard's got 18 goals in League One, but he's averaging 338 minutes a goal compared to the 456 of that of Dolan. But yeah, take that out of the way. They're very similar players, very similar statues or attributes, which I think we can look at here. Now, I'm coming at this blind here, but I'm expecting the green, actually the blue, to be Dolan, and the green to be that of Aasgaard. So he's got a little bit more about him in the defensive attributes and tactically, but creatively. Looks like Dolan has him on toast at the time of these, samples. So yeah, for me, again, it's one of those that I only see him as a replacement for Dolan. I don't see him playing alongside Dolan. It could be done. Bring him in in the January transfer window, and then we're kind of set for the new season, because that is Dolan's replacement. That would be Dolan's replacement. However, I say that with a pinch of salt. Just a pinch of salt, because Eustace is looking for more width. He's not looking to decrease the width. He's looking to add to the width now. But I would say a deal like this, and Aasgaard, would be to replace Dolan in the future, the long-term future, because realistically, I would say Tyrhys Dolan is 80% likely to become another player. I think we have a 20% chance, maybe even a 10% chance of him signing a contract. But those percentage numbers are dwindling. We might even hear something shitty in January. They might have signed a pre-contract agreement abroad or in Scotland or what have you. So hopefully the Cantwells and the like can have a little word in his ear and say, you know what, grass is not always greener. We're a community club, family club, and hopefully that will be music to his ears, and maybe something will hit home. Or hopefully Rovers will just pay up a little bit, pay him up, make him one of the higher paid players. Does he deserve it? I don't really know, to be fair. Maybe. We don't want to be held to ransom. We don't want to be held to ransom for some average players. We already got wrong by the cleaners by Sigurdsson, paying a shit ton of money for him, and Sam Gallagher when he was on the books. I would rather, is he worth 15 grand a week? I don't think so. I don't think he's worth 15 grand a week. He's a very hit and miss player. Don't get me wrong. On his day, Dolan is unplayable. He's got all the tricks in the locker, but he's a frustrating player. There's a couple of them at Rovers. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather have him on our books than against us, but we definitely need to get the money right. That's it. Subscribe, smash the like. Of course, there might be a couple other ones here breaking over the next week or so as we go through the Christmas period, and again, we'll see if any of them come to fruition. But you heard it here first. Until then, subscribe, smash like. Until then, we are done.